I'm Miss Stacy from the Jungle Crew Classroom, and today we are going to be doing experiments. Experiments begins with the letter E. So if we were doing a circle time, we would also talk about the letter E and the sound that it makes. We would enhance some of our stations with these different items. I might add this to Play-Doh to allow them to create the shape of the E with the Play-Doh and the big E and the small E, and then they can practice saying elephant and hear how it begins with E. And then here I have what I like to put usually in blocks or maybe science, and they can take the cars and they can drive with the E. So we would ask them to start at the top and go all the way down to the bottom, and then we could frog hop our car up and we can give him his legs, whoop, 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 and we can make the letter E. The kids love putting this on the ground and building around it and doing fun things with the letters. Our word for the week would be experiment. An experiment means to test or test made to find out about something. So I have 3 tests here today to find out what we think would happen. We would also read books that are about experiments. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is one of my favorites to read. You guys can listen to this read aloud on YouTube, or you guys can go rent this or check this out at your local library. It's a really good book if you haven't read it yet. But today we're going to read this book called It Looked Like Spilt Milk. I really love this because this looks like spilt milk right here on the front. But if we look at it, with the shape is almost like a bird. So let's see what other shapes we can make. It says, It Looked Like Spilt Milk by Charles G. Shaw. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. Can you see any shapes in here? I think it kind of looks like an animal with his arms and legs, and these are his eyes over here. Sometimes it looked like a rabbit, but it wasn't a rabbit. It was spilt milk, but it had the shape, almost just like a rabbit. And sometimes it looked like a bird, but it wasn't a bird. Sometimes it looked like a tree, but it wasn't a tree either. Sometimes it looked like an ice cream cone, but it wasn't an ice cream cone. Sometimes it looked like a flower, but it wasn't a flower. It looks like a dancing flower to me. Sometimes it looked like a pig, but it wasn't a pig. Sometimes it looked like a birthday cake, but it wasn't a birthday cake. Oh, I could see the cake and the candle and the smoke coming out. Sometimes it looked like a sheep, but it wasn't a sheep. You know, clouds are like this outside too. I like to lay down, and sometimes we do this outside. We'll lay down and we look up at the clouds and we try to look to see if we see any shapes of animals or regular shapes or letters in the sky. Sometimes it looked like a great horned owl, but it wasn't a great horned owl. Oh, I thought that kind of looked like Dobby. It looks like a Dobby to me. Sometimes it looked like a mitten, but it wasn't a mitten. Oh, Miss Stacy's favorite animal. Sometimes it looked like a squirrel, but it wasn't a squirrel. Sometimes it looked like an angel, but it wasn't an angel. Oops, couldn't get the page there. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. It was just a cloud in the sky. And you know what? Sometimes we spill milk at school when we're eating our breakfast or our snacks or our lunches, and we should next time look to see if it has any shape to that. That would be pretty cool to do. So I'm going to do an experiment with this. So I have white paint instead of milk, and this would be an activity we would do where I would allow them to take the paint and just pour it on there. We would have probably more of a squeeze bottle and just pour it on there. And then we're going to fold it in half. And to fold it in half means we're going to take the edge here and we want it to touch the other edge. Or you can say touch the 2 corners to the other corners. And then we're going to smush it down. And I'm going to pick it up. Ooh, think that looks almost like an ice cream cone or maybe a tree. I'm not sure what it looked like, but it's definitely not spilt milk for me. All right, now we're going to go on to even more experiments. So over here,